Hi, this is Dawn Olszewski with DOstampingWithDawn.com, and I am here with another How'd She Do That video. And today's video, you guessed it, is going to be an altered Lots to Love box. And this box is roughly about 3 inches square by 2 3/4 inches tall. It can fit a lot of little kind of goodies in there. And let me pull this off because this is the sweet part of this cute box, the way that it opens. Because you could probably make a box, but how cute. Yes, it's like a little blossom opening up. So with one sheet of cardstock, this box comes together really quick and easy. Let's get started. Here's what you're going to need. You'll need the one piece of cardstock. Then you'll want to cut it down into 4 quarters. So they will be 5.5 by 4 1/4. And I'm using powder pink. And then for the next piece, the kind of the decorative piece, it's going to be 2 3/4 by 2 1/2. And you'll need 4 of those. And I'm using the Sweet Soiree paper. And this is specialty paper in the Occasions catalog. And let me show you some of the pieces in here. Now, it's specialty because it's got, you can kind of see, it's got some shine to it with a silver foil running through one side, and then the other side, traditional printing. This is actually one of my favorites, this cake one. There you go. Here's some silver on this one, and the back side, lots of fun flowers. And then this is the one that we're using today with the backside with the traditional printing. And then finally, you're going to need a 2 7/8 inch square, and that is for the bottom of your box. All right, so we're going to start with this piece. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your framelit, your Lots to Love box framelit, and how you're going to line it up is you want to kind of square it up, I'll call it, to the top of your piece of cardstock. You will have a gap at the bottom, but it will fit side to side perfectly. And you'll want to run that through the Big Shot 4 times. All right? So I have that here. As always, I have my little template so that I can save it and come back to it. So what we're going to do is once you run it through, it'll look like this. And you want to remove this piece and remove this piece. So I'm going to do that for this here. So I showed this on another one where you could just use your paper snips, but you can also use your paper trimmer. There's a little tag here, so it's separated there. So if you can kind of get your blade to get in the middle of it, it's a perfect cut. All right, and then we're just going to trim away, and I like to trim this a little bit at an angle. We'll have 4 of these, and so that's what this is. And this has my little note here and what we're going to do next. What we're going to do next is take it to my trimmer again, and we're going to mark off. I'm going to get in as close as I possibly can here. From this scored line, now I can go ahead and fold this so you can see it better. But be careful when we come to the folding. We're not going to score that first line, fold the first line. We're going to fold the second line. I'm folding that now just so you can maybe see it better. So we're going to take this line here, not the one that I cut here because I've cut it at an angle. We're going to take this down to 3 1/4 inches. And that is right here. Okay, and I'm going to score, make sure it's your scoring blade, and I'm going to do the scoring there, and we're going to do that on all 4 pieces. Now, why am I doing it, from this rather than this? I tried it this way, and I found that once I had cut everything, not each piece was exactly the same, but I knew it would be exactly the same if I used this as my point of reference for scoring down. So that's a tip for you. Next thing we want to do is we want to add a strip of tear and tape. So that's my go-to for these boxes here. And then we also want to remove this piece here. Okay, so that I am going to do with my paper snips. Now this is the one that I want to angle. So both these edges here I've angled off just a smidge. It's going to just make my box come together a little bit nicer. All right. Now this is also the point where you want to add your pieces of designer series paper. So I've done that. So let me lay these out for you. I need to come out wider here so you can see. So they're all done here, and what we're going to do is, the only reason we tore off or we trimmed off one edge is that they're all going to fit together just like this. All right, and then you can see I have the first, what I'll call the first from the left is I've added some tear and tape to the bottom here, and then on this third one I've done the same, because that's all we need to do for adding our square here. That's going to be our bottom. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put a couple together for you. And this is how they'll sit. See, this is really a quick box. So if you are looking for more of a square sort of box, this one will really come together fast for you. I'll do these other two real quick and I'll get back to you. All right, now before we go ahead and put our finished box together, I'm going to go ahead and make sure all of these are folded. There we go, because we don't want to do that when it's in kind of the 3D form. And same with the top. Make sure your tops can fold down as well. All right, we're ready. So all I'm going to do is fold my box in half. I should have taken off the tear and tape first. Okay, and then you can fold it and just kind of tuck it under. All right, so there we have our box fold there, but we're going to work on the bottom. So remember when I said you had the two, so they end up lining opposite to each other. So I'm folding in the non-adhesive ones, and then I'm going to fold in these. All right, we'll go ahead and pull this off. Okay, so here's the last one. You want to have your square piece ready to go. And I like to just put it on one side first and then tuck it into the other side here. Okay, now I'm going to use my bone folder here and then just give it a burnishing so that I know that that stays really well. All right, there, seriously, you're already done. And then the fold, I call that the card box fold. Isn't that cute? I love it. So let's talk about the decorating a little bit. So what I did, talk about the ribbon. Oh my gosh, I'm so much in love with this ribbon. This is the Berry Burst ribbon. If you haven't got it yet, you need to get it. Oh my gosh. It's just beautiful. It has the metallic edging to it. It's in the Occasions catalog. So all of this is in that same catalog. It's on page 15. Here we go. So the ribbon is here. So you barely see it. You might just miss it. And let me tell you, you don't want to miss out on this ribbon. So the other kind of ribbon, it's a silver baker's twine. Again, sometimes the way things are shown on these pages, you might miss out. So there's the twine. Love the twine. So, you know, as long as I'm talking about the twine, especially twine like this, that it has a silver running through it, sometimes you get them twisted. You're probably all like nodding your head. Yes, yes. So if you, I like to typically use mine right off the roll, but it's probably better when you actually cut it and then let it untwist and lay out really nice, because you'll have a better result with your ribbon, with your bows not being all twisted up. So that's my tip of the day there for you. And And then the tag itself is from the Cake Soiree. It's all from the same suite, the Sweet Soiree suite. That's a lot of S's there. And I just used the little greeting here. And let's see, in this little kind of leafy image, if you want to call it. Did a little stamping, and I punched it with the 1 1/4 inch circle punch, and then it's silver foil is the 1 3/8. Kind of my fallback circle punches, if you want to call it. They're a staple of my punch collection. And there you go. Quick, easy, really, really, really cute. I can even slide this on after I've pulled it off. I didn't tie it too horribly tight. And we have our cute little box again. So I hope you enjoyed that. I have one more project with the Lots to Love Box Framelits. And in the meantime, you can do your shopping. If you're looking for Stampin' Up! Products at DOstamping.stampinup.net. And for more creative ideas, be sure to visit my blog at DOstampingwithDawn.com. Thanks for stopping by.